Scott and Kieran here with Southwest Boxing Media in association with Bricks and Streetwear. Delighted to be joined with Mr. Sam Noakes. Sam, how are you, buddy?
Very good, thank you, my friend.
Delmo was considered a step up, Sam. Also unbeaten lightweight beforehand, but you blew him away. And given the fact the fight was rearranged because of you unfortunately having COVID, you must have been delighted with it. How was the recovery for you?
To be honest with you, mate, I didn't even know I had it. Like it was annoying, really. Like obviously got to the hotel, done the test, was in the hotel, got a phone call in the morning, and I was like, "Oh, how are you doing?" Like I was like, "Oh, how mate, how you doing? Like all fine?" And he's like, "Oh, you've got it." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "No, you've tested positive." And obviously, like I left the hotel, got home, I was distraught. You know, you do all the camp, you lose all the weight, and then like you get to the bit that you enjoy the most, and you don't even get to do it. Like as I said before, I sat at doors and I did half eat some chocolate. I was just smashing through it. Because obviously you had the show on the Friday, the show on the Saturday, and then after that I was back running Sunday. I weren't ill at all. I'm lucky, really. Like I'm saying, I'm annoyed, but I'm lucky that I was all right. I was in good health.
Some people don't have, quite lasting effects, but obviously if you meet them, to just got over it quite quickly then. Yeah,
well, as I said, if I knew if I had any symptoms, I wouldn't have went up to the hotel. But I was fine. Like it obviously let's say if you didn't have to do a COVID test, I would have thought Saturday, not a problem. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, we're given the circumstances, and that it was lucky that I did.
I mean, since your last fight, Sam, have you had some time off, or are you one of these fighters who's a bit of a gym rat and likes to get straight back in there, mate?
Yeah, I'm probably a bit of a gym rat, to be honest with you. Like, a Sunday I had off. I had Sunday completely off. And then when I went for a run down Hive in the morning, I like just doing a slow run, nothing taxing, even if it's just like a walk. But it's nice to like reflect and get a little bit of calm. Do you know what I mean? Because all the weekend's going mad. It's nice to have a bit of time to yourself. But yeah, I enjoy being in the gym. Like obviously, I box full time, so I get bored easily, to be honest with you. And I like just being in that environment, even if I'm just in there for a social. Do you know what I mean? Just having a little chat. I'd rather do that than sit at home, because if I'm sitting, I just get bored. And it's probably more negative on me sitting at home doing nothing than it is just being in the gym.
Speaking of next, Sam, I mean, is there any news on the horizon? Have you set yourself, any goals for how many times you want to get out in 2021, or are you just taking it as it comes?
Well, I don't really have a lot of say in how many times I'll fight. Otherwise, I'd like to be out every couple of months. I mean, I want to keep busy, really, because that's how you learn, how you progress in your career. But I just got to wait. I mean, like, I don't know the circumstances with shows and how if they can put on too many. And I mean, soon enough, we're going to have fans back. So I don't know if they're going to hold out for that or whatnot. But hopefully in May, be able to fight. But who knows?
You mentioned earlier when we started the interview, Sam, that you seem very level-headed, and you said that you've got lots to learn still in your future. But how ambitious are you as a person?
Oh, I'm very ambitious. I'm willing to go all the way. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like I've got the fundamentals. Like, I'm strong, I'm fit, I've got a good engine. But I wouldn't say I'm at the peak with my skills yet. Anyway, I've got a lot more to learn. I mean, I'm coming like me and Al and the boys in the gym now. We're all getting learned to like my best way of learning, like the best scenarios to make me improve. I mean, I had a brilliant camp last camp, and they just keep getting better and better every time. So I'm looking forward to it. Do you know what I mean? So by the end of the year, I could be a completely different fighter. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it.
Do you set yourself long-term targets? Because I know some fighters don't like to do that. They like to just take it one fight, one step at a time. Or do you prefer to set, sort of longer targets? Yeah,
I'm probably more like, obviously, I'd love to box for a while, world title. That's like the dream. Do you know what I mean? Over in Vegas against one of the top lightweights over there at the minute. But I feel like you don't want to just keep looking ahead. You want to enjoy what you're doing at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm loving living the life, loving being a full-time athlete. So I'm just enjoying it at the minute and just going with what's happening, just going with the flow.
You looking to do the sort of classic route, Sam? Sort of maybe like the British and the European, international world, or are you just gonna grab any opportunity when it happens, really?
As I said, to be honest, that's down to my coach, really. Like I just I trust him fully. So whatever he tells me to do, I'll do. Like I'll fight whoever he tells me to fight. You get these fighters who keep calling people out. I ain't got no personal vendetta with anyone. Like as I said, I'll just fight whoever's in front of me. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, mate. I mean, the lightweight scene is pretty pretty special at the moment, isn't it? Especially the world scene, you know, with, you know,
Yeah.
Tank, Lopez, you know, Haney, Garcia, Loma is obviously still knocking about. What would you, what's the sort of top sort of 3 to top 5 you would say on the world stage, mate, in your opinion?
Oh, the best out of them.
Yeah.
It is close. I think for me, Tefimo Lopez is probably the best. I think he's got the most to offer. Like Tank is very good, but I mean against Lopez, he's a bit small, isn't he? Like, don't get me wrong, I'd never rule him out. I'd never bet against him.
But Lopez is massive, mate, isn't he?
He's massive, absolutely massive. He swells right up as well, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's big.
Yeah.
Do you think Loma's going to be coming back anytime soon, or I mean, some people say then. What do you think, mate?
Well, I reckon one of the young guns will probably want to fight him as well, like your Devin Haney's, because obviously he's got a WBC belt, isn't he? So it's probably him. Like, I think there's a fight for any one of them 5 there with Loma. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think we've seen the last of him now.
Sam, we've got some fan and follower questions that's been sent in to us as well to ask you. Hopefully you don't mind answering a few of them, mate. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, no worries.
Great stuff, mate. The first one we got is, who has been the biggest influence to you personally in your boxing life?
It's hard to say, really. Like, I got in it through my brother, and then, like, as I said, I didn't even know I wanted to do it. Like, as a younger lad, it weren't ever my dream to box. So I was always my mum was always sort of making me go down there and all that. But it weren't until I got to 20 that I thought, oh, you know what, this is what I want to do. And I didn't even really follow boxing either. So it's only since I've turned pro and people were asking me questions about who's fighting who, like fighters, that I thought, right, you know what, I need to learn me trade here, really. Do you know what I mean? So I couldn't really pinpoint one single person. But I mean, my amateur coach, Lee, was definitely a big part of it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, without him pushing me into the tough fights, I don't think I probably would have landed myself in such a good gym as Al Smith's, we've signed under Frank Warren. So I'll probably say, but Lee, I suppose.
Oh, wicked, mate. I think you've sort of semi-answered this question already earlier on in the interview, but it was first food or drink Sam Noakes is getting on a post-fight.
Oh, it's a curry. I love a curry.
I thought you were going to say chocolate.
Oh, yeah, well, to be honest with you, I had the chocolate on the Friday. After the fight, my meal is normally a curry, but the chocolate's in on the way in there. I can't wait for that.
No, Sam, are you a core man or are you a proper spicy curry head?
Nah, madras I have a nice madras, keema naan, coconut rice, and a nice mixed starter with the onion bhajis and the chicken tikkas, isn't it? Lovely.
Oh, I love that, mate. Love it. Next one we got for you, Sam, is dream boxing venue, arena or stadium to fight that one day, of course, in front of crowds, UK or abroad?
MGM Grand, Las Vegas. That'd be unreal. I mean, even just going out there for the training camp and that.
I think that's something that is a dream for most fighters as well, Sam, isn't it? Yeah. Just to be out there under the bright lights, you know, where so many greats have been as well. It'd be massive, mate, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think even fighting in America or anywhere in general, like if I had my choice, that's what it'd be, because it's lovely and hot most of the time anyway. But even somewhere in like Madison Square Gardens or New York, do you know what I mean? It'd just be just the whole trip. Like you're over there for 4 weeks or whatever. I just think that'd be brilliant.
Oh, wicked, mate. One fighter, past or present, you could share the ring with, who would it be and why?
Pardon?
One fighter you could share a ring with, past or present, who would it be and why?
Oh, I don't know if I'd like to, but it would be good to say that you have, like Mike Tyson. Imagine being in the ring with him. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I'd be in that long, but if you could get a little round out of him, God, it would be good. But I suppose Muhammad Ali, I don't know, there's just so many. Muhammad Ali, either Roberto's around, that'd be something special.
Yeah, and as we said, I mean, even some of the lightweights in the division now on the world level, like, you know, the likes of Tio Lopez and the ones we just mentioned now, I mean, that would be spectacular as well, mate.
I mean, you think you get in there with them, like, you just give it, you got like 12 more rounds. And if you beat them, your life's changed. And that's how I think about it. Do you know what I mean? You know, you get people just going there for the payday, but none of that from me. I'd be in there and I'd be thinking, like, right, if I beat him, like 12 more rounds, and then you've changed your life, haven't you? Yeah,
definitely, mate. The next one we got, Sam, is you're a man who seems to like his tattoos. A fan has asked, are there any personal meanings to the tattoos that you have?
No, not the ones on my arm. I mean, I've got a clock. It's got the time I was born on, but other than that, no, they don't really mean anything.
Any dodgy ones from like lads' holidays who went in the garment?
You see me smart. I thought that's what I was going to ask. I've got some bad ones, but I was an idiot when I was like 18 or 9. You know, the usual. Getting them on
Is it fit for camera to tell us, mate, or not?
No, I'd have to pull my shorts down, wouldn't I? I can't do that. The only one I got. We went out and obviously had a few too many beers, and I got my mate's name on my wrist, saying "I love Tom." You know what? That's why it's good that I do the boxing. You know.
Oh, wicked, mate. Well, Sam, on behalf of Southwest Boxing Media, thanks so much for joining us today, and we'd love to have another catch up with you sooner in the future when you've got a title around your neck.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for having me, boys. I really enjoyed it.
Wicked.
Yeah, cheers for your time, Sam. Thanks for me.
Cheers, mate.
Brilliant. Cheers, boys.